ESPN Radio Live.
The 2019 Subaru Outback comes with road-gripping, standard, symmetrical all-wheel drive plus 32 miles per gallon. And it helps keep your journey safe with standard eyesight driver assist technology for an extra set of eyes on the road. This may be our most adventurous Outback yet.
EPA estimated highway. Actual mileage may vary. Eyesight is a driver assist system that may not operate optimally under all driving conditions. Driver is responsible for safe and attentive driving. System effectiveness depends on many factors. See owner's manual.
SubaruLasVegas.com.
With Cliff Miller from MJ Christensen Diamonds, William Henry Collectibles.
Incredible. All one-of-a-kind pieces. They're generational items. And in the South, you know, everybody just lusted after who gets the grandfather's pocket knife. In Vegas, it's stepped up a notch, and that's William Henry. But this is a knife that generations will own. Every one of them made out of custom materials, an incredible story and legacy to pass on to future generations.
MJ Christensen, located at Boca Park.
Have you been in a car accident while working? Did you know you might have 2 cases? I'm attorney Matt Hoffman with Battleborn Injury Lawyers. When you're in a car accident on the job, you can make a claim against the other driver, and you can also make a claim for workers' compensation. And work comp can provide a lifetime of free medical treatment. At Battleborn, we'll handle both cases. And if we do, we'll handle your work comp case for free. If you've been hurt on the job, call Battleborn Injury Lawyers today at 570-9000. That's 570-9000.
The IRS finally caught up with Louie.
I hadn't paid my taxes in 8 years. I owed the IRS a lot of money.
Louie was in deep trouble.
We're going to take your house, put a lien on your bank account, garnish your pay. They don't care. They're going to take your paycheck.
Louie found out about Optima Tax Relief, the leading tax resolution firm. A-plus rated by the Better Business Bureau, they've resolved over $500 million for their clients.
Optima Tax, they help me. They calm me down. They make me feel comfortable, and I trust them.
Louie has a lot to be thankful for.
I don't owe the IRS anymore, and I'm able to live a comfortable life, a lot better life. It was because of Optima Tax.
For tax help you can trust, call Optima now for a free consultation. Take it from Louie.
If you owe the IRS, don't go it alone. Give Optima Tax a call. They can help you.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Toro's kicking off spring by offering huge savings on lawnmowers during the Toro Spring Sales Event at participating dealers. Save big with up to $1,500 off select models plus special financing for qualified buyers. Now's the time to get a new Toro mower and start enjoying unbeatable performance combined with huge rebates. Offers end March 28th, so hurry in now for Toro's biggest sales event of the year. Visit Toro.com/local to find a dealer near you.
Ready for a deal on same-day delivery? Time for a Target run. Now you can have Target run to you when you start your free 2-week trial of Ship Today. Same-day delivery shops the car you create and delivers it fast, so you can fill up your fridge with your phone. It's easy. Get more delivered same day and enjoy a 2-week trial free. Learn more at Target.com/shipped. That's SHIPT. Target run and done. Offer valid for new annual members.
This is Dr. Mike Crivetti, founder of Crivetti Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, and I'm a board-certified orthopedic surgeon specializing in cutting-edge technology for hip and knee joint replacement. I'm dedicated to maintaining very low infection and complication rates, excellent post-operative pain control, and most importantly, successful outcomes. Crivetti Orthopedics currently has a 99.8% patient satisfaction rating for our innovative outpatient surgical and recovery suites program, where you recover like a rock star. Get your life back by visiting our website at iCanAgain.com.
Do you have IRS tax problems? Do you owe thousands to the IRS and don't know your options? Did you know you can actually file bankruptcy on IRS debt? Hi, I'm attorney Taylor Randolph, and I have a master's degree in legal taxation, and I can help. Call 702-757-7777 today, and I will meet with you personally for a free consultation. We have removed millions of IRS debt, and we can help you too. No gimmicks, just real help. Call 702-757-7777 today.
Vegas happens at the iconic Las Vegas Country Club, established in 1967. If the trees on our course and the walls of our clubhouse could talk, they'd tell you stories about PGA Tour and LPGA Tour champions, the biggest business deals in Las Vegas history, and how for 6 decades, this special place has been the social hub of Las Vegas. We're now accepting new individual and corporate members. Visit LasVegasCC.com or call 734-1122 and become part of our story today. The tradition continues.
Time to start planning for the 2019 swim season. Call B&D Pool Plastering and remodel your tired-looking pool. With B&D's 2019 swim season pricing, beat the rush. For a free estimate, call B&D Pool Plastering, 702-644-8980.
Heads up for fun. This is Shea Theodore of your Vegas Golden Knights. And when you're not watching the team on the ice, then head on up to Bryan Head Resort and enjoy the fresh Utah powder on the slopes. Bryan Head, heads up for fun.
Hello, friends. This is Thomas Johnson from Joe's Seafood Prime Steak and Stone Crab. Need a great idea for lunch or dinner? Your best bet is Joe's, one of the most popular dining destinations on the Strip. Joe's provides the ideal setting for private parties with accommodations for up to 150 guests. Stop by to see us at the Forum Shops at Caesars and ask for Thomas Johnson, your maitre d'.
And make a reservation if you're going in the evening, particularly because it's very busy. Joe's 702-792-9222. Ralph Michaels provides us with our angles of the day, us being Marco DAngelo, Ari Platinum, our producer, and I'm Dave Cokin. What do we have today from Ralph?
Well, we've got one of those double-edged swords. It's the Portland Clippers game, and he's looking at the over in this one, and you got a couple trends here. Portland, 17-5-3 to the over their last 25 games.
That's pretty good.
And their last 15 games when installed as a favorite, which they are tonight, 11-2-2. And then you go to the Clippers, last 7 games, they're on a run of 6-1 to the over, and they put up 140 last night on the Celtics. So this one we're going over. You're going to pay a little bit of a price for the number off of that high-scoring game last night, but the angles say go over the total.
I did well with my I do well basically with these every year. It's something I'm happen to be fortunate enough to have a good handle on is my baseball over and under win props. But one I lost last year was the Pirates, who I thought were going to be a bad team. I ended up getting a great number on it because I bet it right away. And I think I had like under 78 or something like that. And it eventually came down a few wins from there. But I lost because the Pirates did get over the total. Were basically a 500 team last year. And they kind of look like they're going to be once again between that rock and a hard place where they're not good enough to make the playoffs, but not bad either. When you look at this team, Marco, what stands out is the starting pitching. It could be a really good staff.
They could be. And, Dave, last year, going back to them sneaking over the total, the difference came to, and a lot of people felt that when they got to the trade deadline, they were going to be a seller instead of a buyer. And last year, they went out and made a trade.
They took a shot.
They took a shot for the team. It's the first time they did it in a while, and I think that was the difference that got them over the total. The problem with the Pirates this year, Dave, is the division itself is much better. St. Louis,
it is, yeah.
St. Louis is going to be a better team. Mm-hmm. Milwaukee was solid last year. You still got the Cubs there. And the Reds, as bad as they've been the last few years, actually going to be a little bit improved this year as well.
At least on paper.
On paper. But now let's go to the Pirates. And I agree with you on the starting rotation, but I'll tell you what they got to see here. You've got Archer. They gave up a lot for Archer last year. You know, Glasnow was one of their best prospects.
But Archer's ceiling is, and I know he's already getting up there. But boy, when he's on, he's almost unhittable.
We need the Archer of 2 years ago. Yeah. If we get that, the Pirates are going to make some noise.
Well, Taillon's an excellent pitcher. If he's your number 2, you're not in bad shape.
Absolutely. And then they got a couple guys that they're looking there in the 3, 4, and 5. But here's my question.
Trevor Williams looked great last year.
And they picked up, who was the guy they picked up? I'm just blanking on him.
For the starting rotation?
Yeah, Jordan
Musgrove.
Well, they have Musgrove
already.
Yeah.
Jordan Lyles, I don't know about him.
He's going to be the 5th.
That's a good first 3 because I think Trevor Williams is legit. Is a solid middle of the rotation guy, maybe better than that. And the first 2 look good. So
but I'll tell you who they're going to miss. They're going to miss Nova, and because Nova was a guy that was an innings eater, you knew what you were going to get out of him. He would go out there and give you those solid 6 innings. He's going to give up 3 runs, but it got you to the bullpen. My question is, who do they have to get to Felipe as the closer? That's my problem.
They got Keone Kela, who I think is a quality pitcher, and he closed at Texas, and you know, he's going to have bouts with control every now and then, but Kyle Crick has figured things out. And he's got good stuff. This was a guy who was very highly regarded coming through the Giants organization and then just kind of flamed out. But he moved to the bullpen, and he's done well with the Pirates. So you've got
My concern is the 6th and 7th inning.
Well,
when we get to the 8th
can
and the
Steven
9th,
Brault be their bridge guy? I kind of like him.
He's got to show a little bit more. He's got the promise. He's shown it at times, but that's my concern in the team. They gave up some, the baseball, the lineup. I'm not thrilled.
No, the lineup there's some holes,
and Polanco's hurt going in.
Yep.
Okay, we're not going to see him for at a minimum a month into the season, and it might be a little bit more.
I think it could be a bad offense. Josh Bell took a big step backwards last year. He had a terrible second season, and so he's going to have to figure something out.
But here's one place they can get some power. Have you been following? He was out of baseball, because of his problems off the field. Yeah,
I don't like him.
He's hitting the baseball well, he's got 4 home runs.
He's also hitting under 200. So he's either if he's making
it's all
contact,
or nothing, yeah.
Well, I'm not a fan of those guys. I mean, I know we've gone launch angle crazy in baseball, but I am just not a fan of guys who can't put the ball in play. Yeah, when they do, it goes 500 feet, but they just don't put the ball in play often enough. I want guys who can make contact, not necessarily have to hit the ball out of the proximity.
He's going to battle for the third base position.
Well,
probably is a platoon, most likely.
Yeah.
But he can if he can get that power and give them some home runs, because they were one of the worst temes last year in baseball with home runs. Look, they need that run production.
So you got Cervelli at catcher, no problem there. He's a good ball player, and you can use Stallings or
Starling Marte is going to be a solid player.
Marte's fine. Bell, I don't know. I think Frazier is good enough to be an everyday player, although he's probably better as a utility guy. Shortstop is a big problem.
Yeah,
big problem. That's an elite, a premier position, and they don't have anybody. Kevin Newman or Eric Gonzalez right now. That is conceivably the worst shortstop. Starting shortstop in the majors.
They're going to miss Harrison's bat from last year, and Jordy Mercer, was a solid, everyday player as well.
Yeah, and the outfield, if Polanco comes when he's healthy, is all right. Marte's a good player. Dickerson's decent. They got Melky Cabrera if they want. Chisenhall can make the roster as a 4th outfielder, so it's okay. It's not great. Polanco kind of looking like one of those guys who's never going to live up to billing. Marte's a really solid player as long as he keeps his head in the game, which is not always the case for him. I don't know. I got a feeling they're going to end up in last place. I think I might have been a year too soon
on the
Pirates. Yeah, and I even with that, and I do like the starting pitching, but even with that starting pitching, I think they might be the worst team in the division.
I can't disagree with you, Dave. I think them and the Reds are going to battle for the bottom spot because they're so far behind St. Louis, Milwaukee, and the Cubs.
Yeah, it's how far can they pitch? Look, here's what it comes down to for me. If their staff stays completely healthy, then they might win a lot of low-scoring games and get to 500. Anybody goes down in that staff, they're cooked.
They are.
They have no depth.
They did sign, but he's at the end of his career. Francisco Liriano to a minor league contract.
Anything left there?
He had a couple good years in Pittsburgh, and then he declined whenever he left. But
he's an old 30. I think he's 35 or something like that, and he's an old 35 because of all the injuries he's had going back to his days with the Giants when he was one of the best young pitchers in baseball, but he couldn't stay on the field.
Right.
So
a lot of miles on that car.
I also wonder about Clint Hurdle maybe getting stale. He's been there a long time, and when managers, I think they've gone as far as they can go under Hurdle, and eventually it just starts to get stale when the same guy's there and the team is no longer a contender.
The thing with Hurdle is the Pirates were bad for so long, Dave. I mean, we had over a 20-year drought of making the playoffs. He was the guy that turned the tide, and it's like, do you want to put him in? I'm blanking on the San Francisco Giant guy for all those years. Can't get him to the playoffs, but can't do anything. Once you get there, the manager. Then he went to Washington. Blanking. Nobody. Okay.
No, I can't think of who.
The manager.
For some reason,
as soon as we go off air, I'll remember.
For some reason, it's not clicking in my mind.
But that's what.